Hello students, let's continue with the MCQs. So the first MCQ today is, just look at the diagram which is drawn on the screen. A rope is pulled by two persons, a girl and a boy. Girl is pulling the rope towards left hand side by applying a force of 200 newtons, and boy is pulling the rope towards right hand side by applying a force of 150 newton. Here the question is, you have to find out the resultant force or the net force acting on the rope. Resultant force means when you add the two forces, what is the net force, what is the resultant is the sum of two forces acting on the rope. Now, to add two vectors, we don't use a simple algebraic method. So here we cannot say 200 plus 150 is 350 Newton. Since force is a vector and vectors have direction also, so we have vector algebra method to add vectors. Let's add the vectors in a simple way here. We know that when two forces or two vectors are in opposite directions, the resultant force, which is a vector in this case, has magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude of the resultant force is found by subtracting the two magnitudes, larger from this smaller magnitude from the larger one. It means 200 minus 150 Newton. So 50 Newton is the magnitude of the resultant force. And it has direction also. The direction of the resultant force is the direction of the greater force. And out of the two forces, the greater force is 200 Newton. So the direction of the resultant force is along 200 Newton force, that is towards the girl. When we look at the options, A option, which is 50 Newton acting towards a girl, is obviously the correct answer. Now in the next MCQ, we have a graph which is a distance time graph. This graph shows the progress of an athlete in a 100-meter race. We can see that distance time graph is a curve here. As we know, motion of an athlete cannot be uniform, and it's neither uniformly accelerated motion. It's a non-uniform motion because athlete speed continuously changes. Okay, and it may not change uniformly. He may be at rest in between, but this is a short race, so he won't stay at rest in between. So looking at the graph, okay, so looking at the graph, you can see it is a curve. Let us see the questions first. Now, question is, what time was taken to travel 10 meters from the start? There are four options given. Question is, what time was taken to travel 10 meters from the start? Now for this, let us not look at the options first. Let us find out the answer from the graph itself. Now this is a meter, right? Distance axis. So here 0 to 20. So 5 squares make 10 and 10 squares make 20. We want to find out the time taken to travel 10-meter distance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 meters. You have to move horizontally till you reach the graph. So this is the point where 10 meter, when you start from 10 meter, when you move here horizontally, you will reach at this point. Now you will go vertically downwards, and you see this is a point where this perpendicular, if you draw, meets on the time axis. So as we can see here, now in this case 5 squares make 1 second. So as it is 2, after 2 there are 4 squares. So 2.8 seconds. So the correct answer is to travel 10-meter distance. We can have found from the graph that athlete takes 2.8 seconds. Now look at the options here. So there are four options given: 2.4 seconds, 2.8 seconds, 3.4 seconds, and 3.2 seconds. And we can see the correct option is B, as we have already found that the time taken is 2.8 seconds to travel 10-meter distance. Now the next MCQ is, a goalkeeper in a game of football pulls his hands backwards while holding the ball short at the goal. This enables the goalkeeper to, there are four options here: exert large force on the ball, increases the force exerted by the ball on hands, increase the rate of change of momentum, decrease the rate of change of momentum. Students, if you remember the concept of impulse, impulse is J is F into T, and F into T is equal to mv minus mu. Now in this case, mv minus mu is fixed, as ultimately the ball is going to come at rest in the hands of goalkeeper. So when he pulls his hands backwards, mv minus mu is constant, which is equal to f into t. It means f into t is constant. So by increasing t, we can decrease f. So what the goalkeeper is doing, by pulling his hands backwards after holding the ball short at the goal, he is increasing the time of change of momentum. So time during which the momentum change is increased by the goalkeeper, and so f will decrease because f into t is equal to mv minus mu is constant. So if f will decrease, it means the force exerted by ball on the goalkeeper's hand will decrease. And out of the four options, what is force? Now there is no option where force is decreased. See the last option, decrease the rate of change of momentum. And from Newton's second law, you know that F is ma, which means that force is rate of change of momentum. So this enables the goalkeeper to decrease the rate of change of momentum, which means decrease the force, actually, which will act on the goalkeeper's hand exerted by the ball. Now, the next MCQ here is, Newton's first law of motion says that a moving body should continue to move forever unless some external forces act on it. But a moving cycle comes to rest after some time. If we stop pedaling it, can you choose the correct reason for the stoppage of cycle? Four reasons they have given: air resistance, gravitational pull of the earth, friction of the road, heat of the environment. And you have to choose a correct option. There are four options given, which each option has combination of two reasons which are given above. And we know that the cycle stops when we stop pedaling it. Ultimately, after traveling certain distance, the cycle comes to rest because of air resistance. Yes, air opposes the motion of the cycle. Gravitational pull of the earth cannot do that because it pulls the earth downwards and already the cycle is on the ground. Friction of the road. We know that friction is a force which always arises when a body moves or tends to move on the other surface. So friction is a force which opposes the motion of the object. So air resistance, friction of road, both are correct. Last is heat of the environment. No, heat does not have any effect on the cycle's motion here. So choose a correct option. We have to choose air resistance and friction of the road, which means 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is given in B option. So B option has 1 and 3 reasons which are correct, and we know B is the correct answer.